Hey everyone, and greetings from the left side of the room. This is Derek for Shoreless Skies Publishing, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Nova Burn. Nova Burn is a single-player tactical RPG played on a grid and intended to emulate classic shoot-'em-up video games like Raiden or Dodonpachi, all those wonderful shooters that we love so very, very much. And every time we play, we begin by placing our ship somewhere on the grid, and then we create a wave. So as you can see, I've got my ship picked out. I've got the Aegis, which is our kind of tanky, 3-shield, theta beam blasting ship. I've got the reference card placed on my virtual tabletop, and I've got my token picked out as well. Now, one thing that is worth saying is that if you buy the game, it's meant to be played in the book itself. But if you get the free PDF, or you just enjoy playing on a virtual tabletop, there is a free play kit available at shorelessskies.com, which has all these tokens ready for your favorite virtual tabletop. Mine in this case is the wonderful Owl Bear Rodeo. Like I said, we begin by setting up our wave and placing our ship on the bottom row. We can do this randomly, or we can just choose a space on row 6. I'm going to place my Aegis right there. And next we begin by placing enemies on row 0. Now, Nova Burn is comprised of a few different waves, and this particular wave calls for 1d6 strikers. That will be this guy right here. So I'm going to roll 1d6, and I'm going to have 2 strikers to deal with. Next, I'm going to roll to place them and see where they go on row 0. One's going to be on column 4, and the second is going to be on row 5. They're going to be right next to each other. Now, if you are playing on paper, there's another video to explain how you would set this up. But since I'm playing on a virtual tabletop, I've just put 2-1 on my strikers to show that they have a shot value of 2, which means they're going to shoot twice per round, and an HP of 1, which means a roll of 1 will be enough to be done with them. Now that we have our enemies placed on row 0, we have our ship placed on row 6, it is time for the enemies to shoot first. And to do that, for every shot, we roll 2d6 to find where on the grid it's going to go. We also need to total up our shots. And to do that, we just count to see how many enemies we have, and then add all of their shot values together. So in this case, our total shot rating is 4, which means we're going to roll 4 times and place those shots on the grid to create our bullet pattern. So you can do this however you like. You can roll 1d6 2 times. Whenever I use Owl Bear Rodeo, I like to roll 2d6, and then the top die is always my column, and the second die is always my row. So the first shot is going to land right on top of me. So I place the shot right here. So whenever I come into contact with a shot or a threatened space, even if it lands on top of me, I must make a dodge check to see if I can evade the shot before it hits my ship and removes a shield. The dodge rating for the Aegis is 2d6, so I'm going to go ahead and roll 2d6. And 2 is not enough. We must get a 4 or higher, but thankfully my second die was a 5, so I'm able to dodge the shot, and my shields remain intact. Whenever we come into contact with the same space as a shot, that shot is then canceled, so this one gets to be removed from the board. Now remember, our shot total was 4, so we've got 3 more shots to place in our bullet pattern. That's going to be a 6-2, so column 6, row 2. Our third shot is 6-4, column 6, row 4. And our fourth shot is going to be column 1, row 5, right kind of in our backyard here. Once a shot is placed, the space containing the shot and then all spaces above, below, left, and right of it are now considered threatened. And so anytime we pass through those, we must make a dodge check. If I do fly directly into the space shared by the shot, that will automatically cancel the shot, whether or not I pass my dodge check, just like we saw a minute ago when the shot landed right on top of me. Now, these shots have been placed, and that means it is my turn. So on your turn, you can move and shoot, or shoot and then move. My weapon type, as I said on the Aegis, is the theta beam, which means I can shoot any enemy in my row and then one enemy adjacent to my row, left or right. So I already have kind of a plan of attack in mind for our first round. I think it might be a pretty short round, so let's see what happens. My move rating for the Aegis is 2, so I get to move in any direction. 1, and then 2. I've dodged all these threatened squares. I could have marked the squares to show that they were threatened, but since I know this game fairly well, I chose not to do that, but that could be a convenience thing for you while you are playing the game. And now that I have made my move, I can now shoot. The shot rating for the Aegis is 1d6, and like I said, the theta beam lets me target one enemy ahead of me and then one on either side. So let me clear my dice here and roll fresh for my attack. I rolled a 4. Now, 1 damage must always be placed on each target if possible, and in this case, that is no problem. We do 1 damage to this guy, which removes him from play, and then my theta beam lets me attack the second striker, which removes them from play as well. So now the way is clear, and I can fly over the next few rounds straight to row 0 to clear the wave and then begin the next. So I hope this video helped you to understand a little bit better how to play. If you have any questions about the game or you're interested, make sure you comment below. If you want to learn more about Nova Burn, you can head to shorelessskies.com or buy the game directly with the links in the description. Thanks so much for checking it out, and I hope you enjoy.